All right, this is my review for Attack on Titan. This is my review for Attack on Titan. My final thoughts is what I'll say. Um, this review is taking me a bit because when I finished it late. Also, I saw it in the theaters before I finished the last season, and because I really want to see it in the theaters when it came out, and it was good when I saw it in theaters, but I was definitely lost because I still enjoyed it, but I was so lost because I was like, wait, what? Aaron's bad? And then I was like, wait, what? Armin is a Titan? Like, I was surprised by so much stuff, but the movie was still a cool experience. But also, there's something at the end. This is like one of the best after credit scenes I've ever seen in any movie. I didn't see it in the theater. I saw it when I was watching it at home, the after credit scene. It was just so beautiful and made me feel like I was really in the theater watching it, and I loved it. And it closed up the chapters of the series really good. And yeah, I don't know if anyone's seen the after credit. I'm sure some people have seen the after credits at the end of the actual Attack on Titan movie, that when they put all the parts together. And basically all I'm gonna say is, in that part, they put basically Aaron and it's basically almost like an alternate reality where I'm not gonna spoil it, but it's basically you see Aaron as a teenager with Armin and Mikasa, and they in a theater, and the movie ends and they're actually in a theater watching the ends of Attack on Titan. Like, it's kind of crazy. It's like they break the fourth wall and they're like talking about the series, and like it's really cool because at the end, like, they're like, oh, so what was the point? You know what I mean? And then they're like, that they had friends, that they met friends along the way, and then they're talking to each other like, oh, I hope that we stay friends. Like, it's hard to explain, but look up the after credits, and it's really great. It's really great. I love the after credits of Attack on Titan at the end of the movie when they put it out. But anyways, this is a lot. I'm trying not to make this too long, but let me just get to the crux of this whole thing. So, when I was watching I think season 2 or season 3 is my favorite. It's the whatever season where they have the gunslingers. I'm pretty sure it's season 2. No, it might be season 3. Well, anyways, where my favorite season is where where Levi is facing off against the people with the gunslingers, and they coming after him. Like, that's like my favorite, when they really started having to fight each other. I was like, yo, this is crazy, especially with the guns and everything like that. That was insane. But anyways, this was amazing. It was amazing finish, but I just like that it makes you think about just war in general, and and so much different things. Like these are kids, you know what I mean? And I remember in the beginning, I really wanted Reiner to be dead so bad. I wanted Reiner to be gone. And then as it went on, I'm like, I still want him gone, but it's just crazy how they make you see all the sides, and it humanizes the character so well to a point where you don't know who to root for. And then you're also like, who's the bad guy, who's the good guy? But then at the same time, it makes you think about life, because it's like, everyone thinks they're the good side, and everyone thinks they're the bad side. Like, not everyone thinks they're the bad side. I'm just saying, like, when you look at this story, at least, at first I said, oh, like, obviously the Titans are bad. Like, why are they doing this? And then even Aaron had an end that he thought justified his means. But when you really break it down, it's like, whatever peace Aaron was trying to get by taking out everyone, you can't, like, there's always gonna be yin and yang. There's always gonna be good and bad. There's always gonna be, we don't want it to be that way, but there's always gonna be war. There's always gonna be the death in this world, and it sucks, but it's the balance. It's the balance. Like Aaron was trying to basically take over the world, creating so much death so he could get to this peace, or this peace for his family, his friends. And it's just like, his heart was trying to be in the right place, but it was just the things he was doing, like taking out these kids and these families. I was like, when I was watching, I was just like, damn, like, he came so far. He came so freaking far, but he also almost didn't change. He changed a lot, but he almost didn't, because from the very beginning, Aaron, like, it was almost like the end. It was almost like he would do anything to get his revenge, or anything to, basically get his revenge for his mom, even though at the end he realized what really happened to his mom, and like, how he had to send that Titan. But this story is just so interesting. There's so much different facets to the story as far as like how do you even get the Titan powers, where the Titans actually come from. Because I remember when I was watching season 1 to season 2, I kept saying to my little brother, I said, if this series ends and I don't get these questions answered, I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna be upset. And you do. You get all the. That's why I think pretty sure it's season 4. Pretty sure, but I think toward I think it's, I gotta double check, but it's either the end of season 4, the end of I'm pretty sure it's the end of season 3, or the beginning of season 4, where you really start getting all the questions answered and like everything. And I'm like, and I don't really binge shows. I binge like crazy, and then I watch the movie on Crunchyroll, and I was just like, it was amazing. Like then when I watched the movie again, it was with new eyes. It was with like I had all the backstory. Like it was just like it was intense, and it was great. It was a great experience. All right, so I had to take a few days, and I came back and I was thinking about my Attack on Titan review, and I was like, I have to add this because I have to. Annie, the female Titan. I can't have this review without putting this in here. So Annie, I hated her so much. I hated her so much because she defeated the scouts so bad in the forest, which is one of the best scenes in Attack on Titan to me, when she's in the forest going crazy and she's like, that's like the craziest scene, one of the craziest scenes to me. And I love that scene, but I hate her because she destroyed so many scouts, and I was just like, damn, like they need to take her down. And I was pissed off because she went to her cocoon and her chrysalis, and she stayed there for like so long. I think almost 4 or 5 years. I forgot how long, but for a long time. And I forgot about her until when I was watching the last season. I'm like, oh my God, what's gonna happen? And my mind kind of spiraled because I saw the movie before I finished season 3 and 4. So I basically went from the end of season 3, I believe, right into the movie. And I was like so surprised. But then when I went back and I just finished watching everything, I'm like, all right, I see how she got out and all these different things. It's not that I like Annie. I don't like Annie. But the problem is, I kind of like Annie. Like, I just like her character. I don't know why I like her character. I think it's because the way they write these characters, like they put them on a side where you're like so against them, and then you follow them all the way to the end, and then by the end you're like, God dang, you can't pick a side. Just like, that's why I love this series. It's like war is just so crazy. You know what I mean? Like your best friend could become your enemy could become your best friend, and then everyone has sides, and you see all the different sides, and it's just crazy because when people try to do things and they feel like they're righteous and they're good and they go too far, then it could be evil. You know what I mean? It's just like there has to be choices. There has to be a certain balance, and without that balance, it becomes craziness. So I had to say that. And then lastly, I got to throw this in here. Annie and Armin, where did that come from? That's crazy, but I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I'm sad to say I'm here for it. It's crazy how these characters push and pull you and make you love them and make you hate them. But ultimately, I love the series. It brought back my love for anime, and that's why I've been watching a lot of anime recently and finding the love for it. So I'm awesome. I feel happy about it. And lastly, it makes me actually want to go back and watch Attack on Titan. I'm trying to watch new anime, but it's making me want to go back and watch Attack on Titan from the beginning, because now that I know all this stuff about these characters, I'm curious about the little winks and nods that the story gave us. Like, I think there's a scene where I think you see steam coming off one of their bodies, and they're kind of slowly telling us that these scouts might be Titans. So this is a great series for a rewatch is what I'll say. Now let's get back to the review. And Attack on Titan it's responsible for getting me back into anime. Like, it really is. Because it's not that I didn't like anime. I've always loved anime. But there was a time where I didn't watch too much cartoons. And I know anime is not cartoons, but I'm just saying, like, I was to say animation. Let's just say animation in general. I've always loved Avatar: The Last Airbender. That's like my favorite animated show. And I love Dragon Ball Z Kai. I love those things. I grew up watching it. I love it. And Naruto. I never finished all Naruto. I love Naruto, but I just never finished it. I told my little brother watch it, he finished it all. And I still never finished it because I just keep rewatching Avatar: The Last Airbender because I love it so much. But excuse me. But it's that this show got me. It got me just looking for other things. It got me like, I watched one episode of Jujutsu Kaisen, and now I know about Demon Slayer. I watched one episode of Demon Slayer. Like, I'm starting to watch more stuff, and it's because Attack on Titan came on the scene, and it really just invigorated anime for me. And I don't know if that's the same for a lot of people. Maybe a different series for most people, but maybe Demon Slayer. I would say Demon Slayer. I think Demon Slayer reinvigorated a lot for even some people who don't even really watch anime. So for me, that was Attack on Titan. It just opened this whole world for me. And I just was like, I just love how the show makes you, it's pulling your brain in all these different directions. Because, like I said, I wanted Reiner gone. Like, I was like, no, I was not on Reiner's side. I've been wanting Eren to take him out for the longest. And the fact at the end is still Reiner, I'm not going to say I like him, but all right, I got to say this. I don't love him, but I like him. I ended up like him as a character. And I still don't agree with a lot of his decisions, but it's just crazy. They make you, it pulls you in all these different directions. It's because these kids, they didn't even want the war. They were born into this world, and they had it. They were born on each side, and they were both just, everyone was fighting for their side and for their right. And it was just like everyone, when you take a step back and you look at everything, it's almost like you're looking at the world. You know what I mean? You're looking at our world, just war in general. It's like we want peace, but it's like all these different sides and all these different, so much different things. All right, I'm back. So this is gonna be the review that I've done the most comebacks, because I have so many thoughts about this series, and I'm trying to make it short, but I can't. I walk away and I'm like, no, I have to talk about this, and it's pressing on me, and I know I'm not gonna do another review on Attack on Titan, so I'll have to just do this. Here I am again. So, Zeke and Eren are brothers. What the fudge? This was a great revelation when I found this out. I was like, this is crazy. I did like that they had a moment together, because I'm telling you what, like I said, I'm not really one to binge too much shows. It's not really me. Stranger Things is the only thing that can make me binge. Other than that was The Walking Dead a long time ago. Now, when I get to I believe it is season 3, I'm pretty sure, because I believe it's only 4 seasons of Attack on Titan. So I'm pretty sure towards the end of season 3 and beginning of season 4, like right when the revelation starts happening, when I love the way they tell the story, when you get to see freaking Eren sitting with his long hair now, and you just see him like talking, and the last thing you see, I don't wanna, it's hard to go all around the series, but he has his long hair, and he's sitting and he's talking to his brother, and when he finds out, like when they understand like who they are, when he's talking to Zeke, I'm like, yo, this is like, it was epic. Even though I hate Zeke, he's such a cheater, where he's grounding up rocks and just destroying people and taking out Commander Irvin, I believe his name was, Irvin. I'm forgetting how to pronounce his name. But the point is, he destroyed the commander, and Zeke is, look, some people may have not liked that Levi did this, but when Levi took his head off clean, I was not mad. I was just like, I was surprised. I was like, damn, because I'm riding with some of these characters, even though I hate them. I'm like, you kind of like, like I said, they put you in these shoes where they make you almost like these characters and humanize them so much. They're like, oh my God, stop it. Let me hate one person. But Zeke, I love seeing his how he got his family killed and everything like that. Oh no, that wasn't his family. That was his dad. His dad got his own family killed because he turned him in or something. But the point is, it's crazy how Eren's dad had a whole nother family. It's just crazy. And I like that revelation. That's what I'm saying. I like that revelation. And I don't know this review is super long, but this series is crazy. There's so much twists and turns, and it's just amazing. And I need to watch it again, or find a way to talk about it more again, or make another video. I don't know. But Zeke and Eren, I like that they're brothers. That was a good turn of events there. All right, let's get back to my review. Well, here we go. I know I'm not saying much, but I just had to get some of this information out. And the reason I didn't even want to do a review anyways, because I was like, what am I gonna say about it? Like I seen some other reviews that people like really go in depth, and I love it. And I'm like, I just feel like, I don't know. I just feel like I still want to express my feelings for it, and I just loved it how it ends. So I did want to express that, but also like I like how some people are going really in depth with it, but and it's because there's so many themes in the show that you could take from. But I don't want to make it too long. I just want to say that if there's any anime that kind of reinvigorated your love for anime, let me know. Put in the comments, and maybe something I could check out. Chainsaw Man is something I saw the Chainsaw Man movie, and people have been telling me to watch Chainsaw Man. So, and all I've really been doing is watching one episode of certain things to kind of get the feel. Like I watched one episode of Demon Slayer, I watched one episode of Jujutsu Kaisen. Now I'm probably gonna watch one episode of Chainsaw Man, and I probably ain't gonna finish Chainsaw Man because the movie's still in the theaters, and I kind of want to watch it all and then go to the movies and see how I feel about it. But even though I saw it already, and it was awesome. But people have been telling me to watch it, so I don't know. I just feel like this is just a great time for anime right now. There's a lot of different type of movies coming out. I just saw this movie called Virgin Punk Clockwork Girl, and here's the thing about that. It was great. You could check out my review. But the point is this: it's not really a movie. It's more of a short. I went to see it in the movies about like 30 minutes. It's an hour and 30 minutes on the ticket, but it's because it's behind the scenes at the beginning and behind the scenes at the end. But the actual movie is really short. But Virgin Punk Clockwork Girl, it was amazing though. It was amazing. I would recommend checking it out. But just be prepared. It's more of a short. But online it's called film series. So I don't know what they're doing. But anyways, I just think it's a great time for animation and just in general. And then if you're a fan of Avatar: The Last Airbender, they have Avatar Studios now. So we're gonna get hopefully some great Avatar Aang as an adult soon. So hopefully within the next year or two. They keep moving the dates, but hopefully within the next year or two we're gonna get that, and it's gonna be awesome. So I just feel like it's just a great time to be an anime fan or animation fan or whatever you want to call it. And I'm just being exposed to so much new things and also revisiting things. Like I love watching Dragon Ball Z Kai. I love so much different things. So I just think this is a cool time. It's a cool time to be a big fan about stuff. So take care. This is my review. I wish I could say more, but it's just like this show just pulls my brain in so many places, and it's hard for me to. But ultimately, I enjoyed the ending. I enjoyed the finale. It was epic. It was epic. It was epic, and it felt epic. But definitely check out the after credits online. Look up the after credits for the Attack on Titan film, the end, because it was very awesome. And take care. It's Deidre, know the name. Spread love and light. And this has been my thoughts on the ending of Attack on Titan.